What is quantitative research? Quantitative research is a data based on large samples that allow measurement and statistical analysis. When does qualitative research end and quantitative research begin? When around 30 people have been asked an open-ended question, we are moving into quantitative territory. Determining the size of the sample. How big should the sample be in order to be accurate? Most researchers show that plus and minus 5% with same result if they repeated the survey. Working on this assumption that plus or minus 5% is a reasonable level of errors. We are not going to take 10% samples of each of these audiences. What we need is sufficiently large sample to give a valid result. It is the absolute size of the sample that matters, not the proportion that the sample is of the total population. Everyone within the sample must have an equal chance of being selected. That is, the sample must be random. It should be clear by now that the quantitative surveys begin with a minimum of 30 questionnaires completed, but more normally 200 plus. With this sample size, we are confident in the result being representative of the total population and so can measure consumption rate, attitude, and behavior.
In the next session, I would like to introduce about the tools of the quantitative researcher. The first tool is face-to-face interview. It is the main tool of survey in the early days of market research. Despite it is an old method, but some face-to-face interviews is still useful, such as in the shopping mall, exhibition, and business street. The second tool is telephone interviews. In developed countries, mostly every family gets a telephone and it is a good condition to develop telephone interviews. It is faster and better saving costs than face-to-face interviews. However, mobile phone is replacing telephone soon and the telephone will be just set up in the company. So telephone interviews will be just applied for B2B studies. The third tool is online surveys. The development of technology like mobile phone, desktop, laptop, tablets has contributed to the increasing popularity of online survey. Compared to the face-to-face and telephone interviews, the online survey is faster and better saving costs. Quantitative research is used for market measurement. These measurements are required to determine the proportion of people who use the product and service, who are aware of product, who attended, which brands are known, and which would be considered. Data is used to analyze some factors like segmenting the market or the likelihood of buying products and services. Data could also fit the assessment of the size of market, providing a measurement of opportunity. The objectives of quantitative research are making decisions on price and promotion, guiding the channel to the market, and assisting in product development. Many quantitative research are repeated each year in order to track the trend of the data.
Next part is about analyzing quantitative research. Quantitative research provides market researchers with raw data, following conclusions, and taking action. Quantitative market researchers are data analysts about the cross tabulation. It shows the results from different groups of respondents and highlight variation from norm. Simple XY graph show the different relationship between answer to question. Next, the quantitative research are supported by some programs to analyze data such as Excel, SPSS. This is statistical package for the social science. That is the program which taught at university and frequently used by market researcher and survey company. The last but not least is software sorted as used when the data require more specific purpose, such as control analysis. There are some notices when using quantitative research. First, quantitative research can be expensive when based on large sample. There are diminishing returns in having a large sample size. A sample from 500 to 1,000 interviews improves the accuracy from plus or minus 4.5% to plus or minus 3.2%. The next step is look for relationship among quantitative variables to see if they candidate cause and effects. Use XY graph to find out the different relationship between answers to questions. The last is learn how to use pivot table in Excel. In summary, quantitative research deals with large number of interviewers, from 200 to 1,000 interviewers. A sample from 500 to 1,000 interviews improves the accuracy from plus or minus 4.5 to plus or minus 3.2. In business-to-business survey, the total size of the population is much smaller than in consumer survey. Business-to-business survey may have fewer than 100 interviews. The analysis is concerned with measurement of various kinds. Quantitative surveys are issued by online or telephone.